Okay, so first things first. Actually, I should let this go so I can voice over this later. Like a great chef, I'm gonna pre-bake the oven. Ah! Let's look at what the chastity of a champion is. And let's also do this while I wait for a lunch call. Um, what goes into describing a champion cause? And we'll set this up over here. We gotta describe it. Get some general description. You are blah blah blah, and you gain the something champion's reaction. Actually, the nice thing about doing this first is I can just knock this out of my word count calculations. Some sort of spell. Devotion. Spell. 'Cause I like to keep track of words that I've written. After the tenets of. Oh gosh. Do I say good? Whatever. Add these tenets. Is this the after the tenets of? Do you add? Do they have to be after your alignment tenets? I have to check that. Let's add a comment in. Does this have to be alignment based? Okay, so I actually really thought it would be fun to do a gosh, this is gonna get me every time because I had to figure out how to snap that correctly. I thought it'd be really fun to do a champion after reading Archons for the Orc book. I just really enjoyed that, and it was less about being orcs. It was the champions of um. Oh my god, why am I blanking? It was awesome, Champion of Justice. Oh my god, and I'm sure it was because it was written by Archon. It was a great topic. Less that it was to write a champion, but that really inspired me. I wanted to try writing a champion. Um, some tenants. You must. You must. You must. Okay, so then we're gonna have a champion's reaction. Then name, reaction, traits, champion. Some stat block stuff here. Gosh, I should have copied in one of my other things. Pay no attention to all this other stuff. Trigger. Well, you know it's going to at least have a trigger. Because it's going to be some sort of reaction. Okay, champions are also going to have some sort of divine smite at level 9. Sort of exalt at level 11. Let's check that out. Let's see. Let's look at those. Yeah. So this looks like this is the pattern. But I think it's also good. I think what we're talking about. Okay, so we could have some uncommon tags there. No, this is going to skills. I think also what we're talking about is seeing some good feats. Also, do we need to do tenants? Okay, so that's going to cover that. Do we need do we need tenants for sacred sites that are different? Um, you follow code of conduct, beginning with the tenants, share about championship alignment. It's good and continue with tenets of your cause. Often add additional strictures, only Rules for good champions. Appearance book. Order of importance, starting with the most. So, are we doing new tenants? Or are we doing a new cause? I almost wonder if we're doing a tenant rather than a cause. Sorry, actually, we're doing a tenant with multiple causes. That's it, because that was the tenets of justice. Okay, so we're doing this 3 times. Okay, so we are describing a tenant. Um, yeah, an order of importance. Don't be stupid. Deities often only rules for trying to subvert your code. Stray from your alignment for only to follow code be the tenets shared by all champions of an alignment such as good and continue the tenets of your cause. Okay. Only rules for champion. Tenets are in order forward. Start situation to tenets. Your cause must match your alignment exactly. So we might be doing this multiple times. I don't know. If you're a champion of a sacred site, is that lend itself to particular alignments? I don't know. Let's do some general let's plan on doing some tenets of the sacred sites here. Let's see. 23. Uh Tenants. Because that's good or evil, you get those tenants. And then, do I need these? Do I need these? I'm probably gonna drive Arkman crazy and look at his tenets of justice and come back and forth at that. They're so good, folks. Go check out Orcs Strong Together to see how well he did with those. Um, so that means I might be copying this multiple times, if that's the case. Gosh, I'm really tempted to bring that up like right now. I'm not sure. I don't think you'll see it on screen though, because I don't have a window for it, and I'm really not sure I want to mess with the setup. I'm getting better at video, like that was the whole point. And I know this is recorded and not streamed. Please say this is recording and not streaming. Okay. But it doesn't mean I'm really good at on the fly stuff. I only got how many copies of this? Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. So started with actually, if I open this in the browser instead of a viewer, will we see it? PDF. PDF. Can I open the browser? No, it just opens stuff in browser by accident. Never when I want it to, because that's the way things work. Ooh. Still, let's look at this example. Recent. No, not Cookie Unleashed. Also fun to look at, but not relevant at the moment. Okay. Yeah, so this will be interesting because this was Tenets of Law, Lawful Champions. Man, how do I pull this off? Champions of any lawful alignment. I need to look at other like champion. What other champions have people been working on? I gotta look at some examples. Uh, like this is I guess raw because it's all alignment based, which makes sense. But I like this cause. I'm gonna be championing a cause, not just what would be the cause of a sacred site. Okay, no, come on. I'm doing a chassis here, and then we're gonna do the fun design stuff live. But I might need some tenants here to do first. Um, description, and then you must, you must, and then cause that heading 3 as well because I'm dumb. You must, you must. Oh, that's right. I gotta design that spell so it's not just the reaction. Um, focus spell. Where is my template for spells? I should just really have the document. Remind me later. I'm sorry, Scrivener. I know it's never your time. All this stuff off screen that you can't see. I know. It's so fun. Where are my templates? If it's not here, I was looking at this earlier. Where did I put them if they're not in the sample templates sheet? Is it in something else? Possible rumors. That's a project I gotta get back to. That's real fun. It takes a lot of time, as one might expect. Seriously, it's not, like, I mean, I guess it's not crunchy. Very not crunchy, but lots of fun. Impossible Plus is definitely gonna have a copy of these templates. Seriously? Okay, spell pattern. Here we go. You know, I'm just gonna copy these into the document. Like, I need that right now, but, like, Helen's templates. Spell. Why is that indented? It's a great template if it's indented. It's not supposed to be. Jeez. I feel like that's an early version of the spell. If that's spell template, if it looks like that. Gosh. Scriv, don't let me down. Where are you? Oh, I see what happened. Saving throw, space there. Okay. Um, feet format, copy, feeds, feeds. Next time I do a project, I really just need spell. Why do I have two different spells? I like this spell better. Yeah, although everything is... I'm not sure why everything is bolded. That might be why the other one's better. Yeah, that's upsetting. I guess spell and feet is good enough for now. And let me use this up here so I can write my focus spell. Oh, I know what that was. Why did I close it so fast? That was when I was working on Ebon Mausoleum. student of the Ebon Mausoleum. Man, did not expect that to be my favorite. Like, when I got started on that, I just want to work on anything except Geb. And I ended up doing all the Geb work because Ebon Mausoleum like stole it all, and it was just wonderful. Um, Pretty damn sure area's not touched. Is it? It's why does this all have to be bold? The target is something for failure. It is definitely something. Okay, so there we go. I have my spells. Um, yeah, just do that as like a heading at the end. Oh, that was a fun one. You go away. Or I could do the name. Like, did I not copy name? That might be nice. Yeah. Okay, I think I got that. Because why are focus spells always somewhere else? Like, that's why we are not doing this for something else. Things are very clear. Focus is where it's going to be. Granted, when we're doing like maybe one champion thing, that's easy to do. Focus one. Okay. And because this is for a champion, we know it'll be uncommon, and it'll be champion related and other traits. You already know that. Oh gosh, when you see like formatting error, it just always kills you. Focus spell, champion's reaction, divine spite, exalt. Blade ally. Is blade ally a thing? Champion. Blade. Do we need to do anything about allies? Is the question. I'll just make a note. Um, do need to do anything with allies? Blade, shield, D. That'll be the side question, not a formatting question. And then some number of feats, probably. Because it'd be nice to give some specific feats. So this one had a. Yeah. Because a bunch of the feats are based off the tenets and the causes. So a smattering of feats. Now this again, like, what I'm referencing did a whole different tenet, so it was doing 3 causes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot, this didn't have a prereq. Oh, that's the focus spell. Archon, forgive me, I've screwed up the formatting. So most of these are tenant space, if I keep it to just causes, okay, they're gonna need at least one champion feat. Some sort of champion feat for first level, just to give them some options, I guess. I'm gonna take a chance and I don't want to give him a feat that gives him more actions. Champion's got plenty of actions. Let's do this. First level champion feat. Nope. What did I press on my screen? Bad computer. Feat 1. Some sort of champion feat. Some. Instead of an archetype, it'll be prerequisites. Cause. Whatever we call this thing. It's true, we don't know what I'm calling this thing yet. I think might need to look at some other stuff. Whatever we call this thing. That's true. Are the focus things, are we going to have to clarify where it comes from? No, because the focus are tied directly to it. Okay. So at least looking at it from that optic, we're covered there. Causes, tenants, focus spells. Shoot, did I just mess this up? And then champion feats. Some of these are going to be based on so many things. Yeah, causes. Yeah, I guess it's good to give some causes. Cause. Tenant. So level 2. I guess we have some causes there too. Potion spell. Tenant. When's the next time we see causes in that column? Maybe it's just the first level. Huh. Load remaining 54. Yeah, once you go above there, it's going to be more tenant based, which is going to make sense. It's going to give you more flexibility, but I can see. Oh, no, hey, we got some causes. 12. We're seeing some other causes. Gamer, Liberator. Interesting. So maybe consider a level 12 one. And then tenants are sprinkled. If I do a new tenant, I'm going to have to do some new ones. If I just do causes, we're good. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all now. I got my word count done. Oh, has that thing been on that tab the whole time? Awesome. Well, till next time. Starting the recording's easier. We can get this going. But let's start the stream. Oh my god, when is the last time that Helen has gone live instead of just something now? Let's see. Am I up on Twitch? Well, my sound's coming through. Okay, that's good. Okay. Let's tell people, because that's fun. I need some kind of fun music for when I'm hanging out. I am streaming, um, doing some design work. I'm streaming some design work. What do I even tell people I'm doing? I guess, what was the title? Oh. Wow, I'm recursing myself. Oh, I gotta turn that off. That's always disturbing. I need some good music for this, but right now, if I am streaming, doing some design work, feel free to come hang out and or tell me how to champions properly. Ba-joom. Also good to know, I did not accidentally stream this to the wrong channel. That could have been real fun. Do. I want to tell them. I want to tell them. I want to tell anyone else. I think that's really it. You know what? What the heck? Writers. Put this in general. Okay. Stream is good. Alright, time to do some work. Let me make sure OBS is doing its thing. Okay. So, like a good chef. Oh, what's that alert? Oh, cool. People noticed that. Manage your channel from your mobile. Actually, it's not a bad idea. I should figure out how to do that. Hi, Kana. Thank you for coming to hang out. Do you know how to do champions? Hopefully I figure out today. We'll figure it out together. Shoot. I have too many windows. Or I should say I have too many windows I want to use and not enough desktop space. I can't wait till I set up the second monitor I keep threatening to do. Okay, champions. So I am working on I only know the champions prevent me from getting punched in the face. Okay, so note to self, make sure it prevents face punching. Alright. I need a third window to talk about design goals. Okay. Because I really want to play a tyrant. I mean, the name sounds cool, tyrant. It's evocative. It's not just bad guy. They're Paizo language people, and I know it sounds dumb, of course they know how to use language, but they do think about their words a lot, I feel like. I think that's one reason I really appreciate, well, among many Paizo, okay. So, I can't use italicized, because things use that. Design considerations. Make sure prevents party from getting punched in face. Excellent. The important stuff. Okay. Also, this might have been a very silly idea to do. Of course, I set up all this stuff, get a new banner going, and I'm a little breathy right now. But I wanted to do this, so we're gonna try it. Now, like any good chef-type person, I actually baked first. Language is the hardest thing for me. Always boggles my mind how, XIV14 bosses have so many different references and words to use. I mean, because, 14, gosh, what's their production staff on that? It's gotta be tremendous. I can't even imagine, how much to get the game going at first and how many. Refs thermidors for fire boss. If you love, I mean, it takes a team. It just really does. I think. Part of the fun of writing is to learn new stuff. Granted, it's also exhausting because you have to learn new stuff. I mean, people are always saying, write what you know because it's a great jumpstart. But I actually really enjoy the research aspect. But I'm also a systems engineer, so I'm a professional figure stuff out person, or at least I used to be. But yeah, I mean, they had a full team, so it's really, it's really cool. Yeah, it's a team. I can't. I'm afraid to Google and jigger my windows to research how many people did that, but I'm sure it was a huge team. Okay, sorry, resetting my air there a little bit. Okay, but let's see. The Pathfinder champion. So I dived into this with this idea. Actually, I forgot who brainstormed Sacred Sites. If this is a you count, I'm sorry. I just honestly don't remember who put it down. I just liked it. Oh, yeah, it's fun to learn, but I never feel like I get anywhere close to a good level of depth. Um, but how much depth do you need to write about a thing? I mean, you're not saying you're an expert. You're just bringing in enough to have fun for your game or your fiction. Um, you know, um, if it's more like a topic that is going to be triggering or sensitivity, that might be different. I might bring in somebody for that. But which mineral is a geological thing for fire for rock bosses? I don't think anyone's going to get upset if you don't get the specific chemical structure off by one. Um, so yeah, I mean, writers are very breadthy. If you think about that, we learn a little bit about a lot of different things. So, um, I don't know. We're never boring at parties, but we also never go to parties because we're too busy writing. So maybe that's how it works. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna flip over back to champions here. True. We don't like to do nothing. Maybe if I bring up this screen, I'll stop feeling nervous about stuff. Oh yeah, if I do this, I'll actually see the Twitch chat here. I like keep going back and forth to my phone like a dippity doo. If I look here, I can actually see my screen. Oh my god, that's right. I did go with the Purepin design. Purepin is here to help, bring some cheer and love to the stream as well. Because you need all the help. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to show up. Let's see. I don't know. Well, I don't know how much advice Purepin would have on champions, but I think it definitely help reduce any nerves on working on anything. Um, so let's see. So like any good chef, just don't tell the boss. What? We never tell the bosses anything, right? Who's the boss? Oh, okay. I don't know. Um, I was kind of kidding earlier. I actually was ready to go like at 11:30, but we're trying to get lunch at 12. So I decided to be like a chef, and I started cooking my meal. Whenever I start a project here, I try to find out how to stat the structure. Because I hate seeing white screen. It makes it impossible to do anything for me. So I was double checking what actually goes into a cause. What's a cause? Okay, I'm gonna pause here. I see you said something else. Oh man. Oh yeah. Val, Purepin's boss. You know what? I think that if Val wanted to know, Val would know, but Val knows she doesn't want to know. I think that's the key. Um, I really like everything got derailed by different projects, but I still want to go back and do some stuff with Treasure Vault. And I was thinking adventures, but I think it might be better as fiction about like this vault TV show idea. Maybe I can do some like mini encounters after the fiction pieces, but like a reality TV show trying to survive parts of the vaults, and if you get through the gauntlet, you get certain things. And Purepin's family is running it. And Val quote doesn't even know, but I think Val might know. So that was the idea. Just got sidelined to like so many projects. Let's see. Okay. Um. Okay. So yeah, what goes? Okay. Oh yeah. What am I working on? A champion of sacred sites. So at least the going in concept of this. I know this is something that's more of a druid. I'm trying to protect these sites. But, we're coming at this from an angle of people, gosh, I feel like I'm going so down the rabbit hole on this project we're not coming straight up about. Kobolds, this is kind of for a kobold thing, have patrons, mostly big dragons, but we've got a certain other ones. But some of these patrons are actually protecting sacred sites. So then the kobolds themselves might also be protectors of these sacred sites. Not that you have to be a kobold for this champion type, but we make us thinking, who are the protectors of these sites? And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a nature aligned people. There can be somebody who is like, a more, well, a literal capital C champion of these sites. So it's like, okay, what would this take? And I admit I dove in and said, hey, I think this is a neat idea, but I've never really written a champion before. Kobolds! Yeah, Brian! Thanks for stopping by, Kobolds! And you saw I got my friend Peer Peerin hanging out on the stream too. I was talking to Hubs. He's like, is there a way we could put lip flaps in? And I'm like, I'm honestly not even sure if this is 100% released from Paizo. Like, I saw it on the blog, but I wouldn't put her in a book yet. I figured on a stream it was okay. I just got out of a Kobold's meeting. Awesome! Best types of meetings. Kobold meetings. Okay, so if you got too many kobolds on the mind, I don't know. Can you have too many kobolds? I'm not sure. If you have too many kobolds, so they come in units of trench coats, though. Something like that. Oh, that's right. So, I was looking at this earlier. I might not have thought this. Oh, never enough kobolds. No, that's right. That's why it's great. Gonna work on this kobold project. You got a project. Everybody gets a kobold. So where does kobold rank in the like Paizo mascot like chain? Because I think it's goblins first, and it felt like Tui was going to be kobolds, but there was a strong Leshy contention. But now with the new licensing, I feel like orc strong too. Actually, I want to go back and do that pillar chart and have it with things going on. Oh man, I need to up my. Gosh, I don't have all my streamer tools back involved in this. I could be running a poll right now for the, who is the. Okay, so Brian's on it. Goblins over Leshy's over kobolds. Oh wow, we're already. There's a bottleneck going on right now. We're already going down the. Yeah, we got to pick an order. Although top three, I guess we got our. You got top two, I guess we're fighting over the rest. Poppets will always be number one in my heart. Oh, Poppets are pretty cute. That was one of those surprises coming out of Grand Bazaar. It was, on the one hand, I love everything from Grand Bazaar, but it's like, wait, Poppet Heritage? Where did that come from? That was a happy surprise, but it was like a surprising surprise with just so many things in there. Kana, what's the favorite Poppet you've made? Let's see. If I switch tabs, is this still going to show up? Or is this going to black out? Okay, no, there we go. Champion. Who other else has done champions? Gosh, there really hasn't been a lot. Oh. Probably wind up, but I'd love to make a medium-sized marionette heritage. Oh man, marionette, that'd be fun. Brian, why didn't it come up in my champion search? You're right. Didn't you just do one? Gosh, was it? Oh, because it was causes. Oh man, causes and inquisitions. There we go. And you might want to work on your search terms there a little bit, just in case. I did not think to search on cause originally. Granted, you're going to have Inquisition, you're going to get Inquisitors. Does that make this the 5th Inquisitor on Pathfinder Infinite, Brian? Ability 20 new champion causes. Okay, so you were doing causes based on the Pathfinder deities. So Brian, that number is definitely up there. Oh, whoops. Oh, shoot. Went to the wrong tab. No more wrong tabbing. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Like, maybe was this. Looks like the approach. I took the approach that causes equals super edicts. Okay. Lots of fun language here. Okay. So. Super edicts. 20 champion. 20 super edicts. But again, you're aligning that to deities. So when you did this, and I'm sorry, because I have you in the chat, I'm not popping this open. I mean, because you're aligning to deities, it falls into a natural alignment thing. And this was what I was concerned about when I was setting this up earlier. I think I have to tie this into a specific alignment. So, does that mean, should I be considering from what alignment does one, protect a sacred site? And do I need to, think about, it belongs in a museum versus is it protected in situ versus it should be in the people's hands? Or am I really complicating things? Okay, I'm gonna go back over here. Maybe I should search on causes to see who else put it on causes. Because I think that's what I'm probably really looking at. Primal illusions. Hey, everything okay?
Couch lights.
Couch lights. Legs?
Legs, like the little.
I thought I put it downstairs.
The two we found are. Where are the others?
I don't know. Oh god, I hope those aren't gone. That'd be hilarious. I don't think they're in here. I think I put them downstairs. Do you want me to pause and come help? Okay. Oh, what if they got taken away? I feel like they might be in a bin. Yeah. Ah! Go. Gosh. Why are you extra highlighting? 2 new classes. That's probably not it. Even the cause popped out of that. Some cards. That's witch themed. Champion that. So the bundles. Dread Lord. Oh, that's right. Hey, our Tenants of Revolution. How am I forgetting about those too? Our own Sasha. Okay. Does this actually? It hit for causes. Oh, yeah, new options for Champion and Witch. Okay, but this was on the line of neutrality. So again, this is an alignment-based one. And I guess, yes, Helen, of course it's alignment-based champion. I don't know, I'm thinking outside of the 9 boxes of alignment. Yeah. Things I probably shouldn't do. Yeah, no. Born. 4 new causes. Okay, I do have this. I can take a look at this one. What's in Tenants of Death? Well, I'm not really thinking of death, but still, what kind of things we got? The Tenants of Death are some new options. They're similar to evil, except they do not adhere to a specific alignment component. These are push the champions of death into offensive roles. Okay, so not necessarily evil, but they still, each of the causes still kind of fall into some sort of chart. Hey Jim, how you been? I am hanging in there. Uh, Gosh, I'm bad at answering how I am. There's like so many answers to that. But I'm having fun because all my friends are coming to hang out as I try to figure out Pathfinder design things. Oh gosh. Like I do like we're talking Kana is saying in here really hope they drop alignment as a player restriction in 3E. Like, there's a lot of things I think would be interesting for a change in 3E, but I just hope we're not there for a while. I'm not trying to say 2E is perfect, but there's so much elegance to it. Like, I feel like I would rather have some, like, more extreme errata than a whole edition change. Um, you might call it a 2-5 or an Unchained. You won't call it a one Pathfinder or a muck around with marketing and de-authorized orc or anything, but you know, uh, just like there's so much of the structure that works. More extreme errata would be great. Yeah, I am hopeful. Gosh, was it like three years ago? When did 2E start? I'm gonna say it was around 2020. I know it's probably not exactly right. It might have been 2019, August 2019. I think it was August 2019. My ideal would be that we're on like 2E rules, probably for a decade, just to see how long that lasts, and then we get like a 2-5. I'm afraid if we go too soon, the year of the critical success. Oh my god, yeah. If only 2020 was the year of the critical success. Um, oh, my kiddos decided repeating numbers are the greatest thing. So it's 2020, 20, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 23, 20, 23, 23. Everything is just kind of fun. It's a good time. I have to remember when I pause that all you guys are seeing is hopefully the last screen and not nothing. Gosh, what was I expecting to do in 2020? I need to not think too hard about that. I mean, technically we don't need anything since no alignment variant rules exist, but I think it should be the opposite. Player alignment restriction should have the opt-in. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, it depends on how much people are holding you to things. And I guess I can't say I really know. Like, granted, I don't play with champions in the party, but like, my game doesn't hold hard to a lot of stuff. I mean, we generally know if we're good and evil, but law versus chaos is a lot harder to figure out with my team. Um, and even chaotic stupid has its moments. There's chaotic, this will be cinematically cool but stupid, versus that, you just kind of gotta allow, and then you punch them afterwards, because why did you jump in that water while bleeding with a shark? But it looked cool in the moment. I don't know. Are we getting to? I should just worry not as much about what the alignments of these tenets and causes are. I just feel like I need to at least figure this out enough to make people happy that are going to be looking at that. I don't know. I missed the start. Is the question here about a champion tenant that's not tied? Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, Jam. Jamie. I'm sorry. I see Jam Troll and I just think Jam. The Jam Troll. Um, or is it Preserves? Sorry. I'm sure you get stupid jokes like that. So, I don't know if there is an alignment that covers this idea of I bet you do. Sacred sites, like, very appropriately, or is it better to have a tenant that goes against multiple alignments? Or does it even make sense to be jamming an alignment around this? Because, I usually come into a champion with an alignment idea. Instead, I'm coming into champion with an idea, and then I'm retrofitting alignment around it, I feel like. A GM is very She just mentioned that he's totally fine with more restrictions. Oh, I'm sorry, it's hanging over your head. I'm glad that they're generally open, though, your GM. That's good. Gonna. Yeah, every party in table is different. I don't know. Well, I'm glad. I'm sorry that it's hanging over your head. It's based on the type of site, morally neutral versus. Yeah, I was almost thinking about that. Oh, but you've got some better examples there. I was actually thinking it more about how you handle it on the other side, but for the type of site, it might bend you towards that. Yeah, nature could be very neutral, lawful for a place of ordered, chaotic for a bit. Actually, that's really good. Brian, what? I can't be asked. Brian, you like overwrite everything. I should kick you out of the chat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's because you always have great stuff. I love writing with you. Um, yeah, maybe that solves that. I mean, I have to stop looking at this other stuff. Now I'm really curious what everything else was. Granted, I don't think I'm doing Dead Champion, so I can close that. Have I really not bought Sasha's thing yet? I shouldn't buy on screen, though. I don't want you guys to see my payment information. Here, let's do... Here, let's do this, though. Granted, everyone in this chat probably knows about Sasha's Tenets of Revolution, but still. I can't buy this live because I don't need to see my processing information. But definitely, and like I said, I'm surprised I don't have this already. Check out Sasha's Tenets of Revolution when you got a chance, because there's some really cool stuff in here. Whee! I was thinking neutral. It really helps to be at a real keyboard. Cannot do this at the phone. Keyboards are awesome. Oh man, like I love having access to the internet from my phone, but even thinking I could do work on it is such a foolish thing. Granted, it did keep me sane for so much of the younger's childhood, so maybe it helped a little bit. But no, I don't want the picture. I want the some of the preview up while I'm looking at the screen for a bit. No, come on. Here we go. Let's just drop that there for a moment while I'm switching screens. Yeah, there we go. Ah, Sasha does great stuff. Here we go. No, let me catch up. Keyboard, so then that leaves off. What was Kana saying here? I was thinking maybe neutral. Hey! Boop, boop, boop. Great chat. Keeps moving, though. If your priority is sacred site itself, maybe. You're right. Oh, man, it could just be all neutral. Who cares? Could this be flexible? Good and evil folks are going to have sites that are sacred to them, so the idea of protecting should be universal. Anyway, see, that's what I'm struggling with. So just tie it to the idea of protecting a site, and the player chooses whether they are good or evil, somewhere in between. Thank you, Jamie. Kana, yeah. Could also just add a alignment is flexible. Check with your GM to change blurb in the chapter. Oh yeah, sidebar. So you aren't held a specific space in the axes for sure. Just add a sidebar. Okay, great. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's sidebar this. Sidebar. Oh, what's a good sidebar heading? Because this is what you want to see. Me trying to decide if sidebars are a heading 3 or 4. Hot sidebar action. Okay, so then here becomes the question, and maybe let's save ourselves some space here. Is this just a cause? And maybe it is. Maybe I don't need to scope creep. It's not like I don't have enough. I'll just say tenant/cause. Is presented without alignment. And is presented without alignment and in the absence of any other Ruling is considered. Oh gosh, the whole thing has that heading. Like I said, oh jeez, I want normal text for this. Thanks. Oh, I forgot to do a word count check. Again, these are the things you came for. 40, 38. Oh, I need to find a window you guys can't see. Um, do I obsessively track all of my uh metrics? Yes. Am I throwing them all out the window, chatting while doing it? Yes. But I still at least keep the word count track of that. What was that? 1439. Still got to keep track of the word count. Minus 1439. But then I just added these words. Those are 30 words, so that's plus 30. Okay. I'm done. So something like that. Tenants class presented without alignment, and yeah, so it's considered neutral. Since people, all types of peoples, very elegant, all types of peoples. Peoples of all types of all faiths, all causes, all tenets, all beliefs, all drives, all inspirations, um, all beliefs, may have of all beliefs will hold different things sacred and handle them differently. In the absence of other, in the absence of any other ruling, this is considered neutral. Please consult with your GM. Yeah, I haven't even written anything else. I just needed to get comfortable about the alignment thing. You could also change the consequence for mediation of violating these tenets. Standard is lose your powers, conduct the tone ritual, but that doesn't. Oh, that's interesting. Violation might be more RP driven here. Banishment for. Oh man. Oh, oh man, this is cool. Man, you know what? Here, ideas from the chat. I'm just make a whole section ideas from the chat because we already got. Make sure the party prevents the party from getting punched in the face. I should really just follow up with Banished Architect for a fall. Ah, man, you're killing me. More work. An archetype. Dude, I'm working on a cause. An archetype is a whole other thing. Gosh. Everything becomes an archetype. I was really trying not to write an archetype for this effort. This is why we need PF3 to delay. Exactly, there's just too much to write. Like, I got this project. Oh, things I should not show. Where's my No. No, I won't bring up my project board. I won't. I'm thinking about it, but I won't. Yeah, there's some fun stuff on there. Okay. I'm gonna grab these. Okay, I got that sidebar. I'm gonna grab these. I'm snapshotting some of this stuff. I knew I should have just put the text on the screen. I'm like, oh, what if, nobody wants to see a chat, but then I could have got all your great ideas, and not lost it, because I'm trying to talk and type at the same time. Y'all gotta get credits when I publish this now. Man, do you think the orc will be ready in time for publishing this? That would be so cool. I don't think so. I think it's going to take a little longer. Oh. Um, and some feat chain related to consecrate. That'd be cool too. Um, I'm not writing down the banished archetype for fallen sacred champion yet. You know what? I'm gonna put it. I know I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it down in another note. I know where I'm writing it down. And no, do not read. Oh shoot! Did I just redo my whole screen? Yeah. I need a second monitor, and I haven't. I just haven't unpacked it because I like sit in 3 different places in the house. So it's my own damn fault. Uh, where was I putting this? I am gonna put it. Okay. And one more time for the back of the class. How did you put that, Brian? Uh, follow up with a banished archetype for a follower of sacred fallen of sacred sites. And I got a nice, safe place to put that so I don't forget. And we'll say, Brian, why did you say this earlier? Um, there could be, Jamie, there could be some consequences to violation, though. For example, the reaction had an additional effect if it takes place in your sacred site. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was thinking about what is the, like, mechanics about being at that site. And then you lose that benefit if you're banished otherwise, or otherwise not your site. This is all, like, secretly just relating to, terrain environmental stuff, which I hope after the next 2 things I do will not be so secret a love of mine. Um, yeah, but yeah, I was thinking about just this about benefits on and off the site. Yeah, Kana, it could be as simple as just a bunch of sticky notes. Okay, you got a notepad. There you go. It's a place. Um, did I show you the Bluescape stuff? Like I use that because it's a digital sticky board. Um, and I need it digitally because again I move around and I decrease the square footage of my house by like half. So yeah, I need it. Hi Sam. I have a notepad file on my phone scribbled on. Yeah, you need something phone accessible for stuff. Oh no! I have an idea for something, but I'll wait and see what you do first. An idea for a notepad? I suspect that's not what you meant. I'm sorry, I'm slow on catching up. Oops. I'll take a sip of water. Mm. Okay. Now that we have made me feel better about some of these alignment considerations. Oh, okay, here we go. Haha, meant for the devotion spell. Okay, sure, we'll see when we get there. Like, we haven't even designed, like, this is as far as we got. I was the cook who, I greased the pan, I set out the ingredients, like, I knew I needed to, what I needed to write this all out. I need to say some you musts. I get a reaction. I got some smite in, some exalts. This is the stuff that champions get. Granted, I need more examples of those back up on the screen. Um, yeah. I'm really tempted to bring up Archon's, like Tenets of Law as an example instead for the devotion spell. But it's, geez, the effort to get it back on the screen. I opened up browsers instead of Windows. I don't know. Is this? Hey, I got it's among friends right now. Is this layout dorky? Like, I almost just put up screen caps, and then I'm like, I need something at least. So I just grabbed a quick background and threw up the windows. So I guess maybe just as the same. Um, and I was the kobold that took some camouflage powder to nibble on the Oh, that's right. I don't have the camera on, so you can't see me. I'm now nibbling on the stuff. Okay, okay, looks fine. Thank you, guys. I feel better. I feel better now. your parents keeping an eye on us. Um, okay. So, gosh, we already talked about things. So, if we're, I'm gonna say, let's try to do this as just a cause, and not have to do a whole separate tenant. Let's just make this one. It's just as simple. It's just a cause. We got plenty of word count to play with. Definitely like the windows you've got and the template you're seeing. Okay, cool. Thank you. Um, I should have taken a snapshot of what I had earlier, which is basically these two windows and a whole bunch of black space. And I'm like, that's probably a bad idea. So, okay. We're going to focus on just the cause. If I realize I want multiple causes later, we'll go there. Cause, you are a blank. You gain the blank champion's reaction in the blank spell after tenants a blank. As a blank, you add these tenants. Add these, yeah. And then these things. So, you are a protector of sacred sites. You are a... We could just have so much fun riffing on this. This is the flavor text part. Okay, I'm going to risk moving this over, like, just a tad. So I can see this. You are a... Oh no, of course I alt-tabbed the wrong window. I do like the you are construction, but I almost want to draw it back out. And it's like, for whatever reason, you have been drawn to these places, this particular place of power, and you know what? I'll just write it out. You know what? Screw it. How important is it to keep the you are? I don't know. For some reason, you were drawn to these this particular place of power. Whether it was... we use the word devotion later. Word territory. For some reason you were drawn and would protect it with your life. And will protect it with very being. Very is a bad word. But it's a great word to come back to. Very. What is this phone alert? Be not important. Wait, what time is that? Okay, that just started alerting for some reason. I feel like I should go downstairs? Hobbs is checking stuff off the to-do list. He'd call me if he needed anything, right? Maybe I'll just be pleasantly surprised when we're done. Okay. For some reason you are drawn to not just this particular site. I should just say site. Your site, and we'll protect it with your very being. Whether it... Is it an H? Because it's not that whether. Or it... See, this is the trick. The first one is going to stick in your head in that list, and the last one, maybe the second one. So that's why 3 is good. But the lead-in's going to stick more. Oh, man. And for some reason you were drawn to this specific site, you will protect it with your very... what site do you list first? Because, I mean, I actually did like, even if we're not going with an alignment axes around those different types of sites, I did like those descriptions. Isn't it also in order of importance? For the causes it will be. Or for the bullets, it will be, but right now I'm just doing the flavor text, because it's gonna help me drive. I go back and forth on what you do first, though. I really do, because sometimes I have a very clear idea of the mechanics, and then I'll massage the feeling around it. And sometimes I don't know where I want the mechanics to go, so I need to get the clear design goal down first. So right, protected with your very being, whether it is a considering we're aligning this with the desert people, maybe we should do it with the talk about the monuments. Talk about what because it'll be expected. It monumentals, monument. Whether it is an abandoned monument deep in the oh man, I do that, I get a little bit of a feel running alone. I get two birds with one stone there. What is an abandoned monument deep in a desert? The palace of your countries. I want sacred. This palace is the wrong one. It could be palace. Countries. Old. Old. A deep set growth. I can't do nature. I gotta end on nature because I had a nature feel. Like grove is so go to. So that's. But if I did water, I can juxtapose water. But I mean, sometimes the classics are the classics. Oh yeah, see you, Brian. Hey, having you here at all was cool. So if you don't come back, that's still cool. Oh, but I talked about desert. I can't talk about oasis and desert, can I? Ah. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Whether it is a or a pristine oasis, and I'm gonna make this instead of in the deep desert, whereas an abandoned monument deep in a treacherous jungle, so I can still get a double whammy there. Thanks, pristine oasis. Abandoned monument in a treacherous jungle, the palace of Wolfwood family. So I'm getting. Okay, yeah, what's this message? This is going to be what was going on down there. Did we stash? Building. So we've got buildings, we've got nature. Oh, I should religious. Yeah. God, something godly. The Ben, the palace. Abandoned shrines to Eridan. Oh, Eridan's a dick. A deific artifact. You. The holding place, the treasure, the vault. Vault of a. Ooh! Um. Not a vault, a holding place. A fort. A something. You. You. Oh, excuse me. You. No, if I got the hiccups, I'm sure. Stay on much longer. Abandoned monument. Something, not an artifact. uh, to your ooh, you. Oh, excuse me. A uh, you. A shrine. Ah, a shrine protecting artifact of your deity. There. For some reason, you are drawn to this particular site and will protect it with and have sworn. You know what? The classics are there, and now I want to multi-classic Kanagi into a champion for that. Well, let's see if it makes sense first. Let's see if it makes sense. Although, that's true. Man, yeah. Oh, man. What you got going on with the Kanagi? I don't want to stop writing this and just say play that. Because it's different. But, yeah, that's a great combo. And you're on this particular site and will protect it. And have sworn to protect it above. So welcome back. I've got hiccups. Mm. Maybe I can burp them away. That's probably. I need to get rid of who you are. Uh huh. Not for some reason. For. You know what? Instead of you are. Ha! You were drawn to this slide. You are. You know what? You're right. I got back to the you are. Oh my god. I got back there, guys. The construction makes sense for a reason. You are drawn and sworn to protect above else, whether it is a shrine to protecting. Man, I do like using the Google Docs for some simple grammar, real-time grammar stuff. Actually, it's pretty good at finding that. An artifact of your deity, the palace of treasure, or a pristine oasis. Magnifique. Okay, I think that's enough flavor there. What must you do? And what are you gonna do to not screw this up? You can also change the consequences in remediation. So what are some examples of you must act with order? Oh man. Has anybody ever seen what Ragnarok on Netflix? I mean, it's another take on Norse mythology, but it's modern, and no, it's not the comic book version of these. But it's like this idiot kid's just um impolitely releases bodily fluids on somebody's death shrine, and then one of the giants beats him up because it's like, no, you don't disrespect. I thought you didn't like. I don't care that I didn't like that dead person. You don't disrespect the dead. We got rules. We can kill people, but you don't disrespect the dead. So I'm almost thinking a way to put that. I wonder if this cause should get society instead. I know. Oh man, we came into this idea of this would be a champion. Is this really this is such a weird champion. Should it be a champion? But I like the idea. Let me go back over to here. I mean, obviously champions are generally trained in religion, but are we saying if you take this cause, you can switch it out, basically? Champions code. DDs often add additional structures. Tenants are listed in order of importance. Deity to follow. actually, what we're really doing is actually replacing. Are we replacing the deity? No, we're not replacing it. You still follow a deity. We're just, yeah, replacing the kind of their causes here. Hmm. Huh. Eh, not that one. Oh no. Not class archetype territory. No! No! Oh. Yeah, Kana, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Protect ward from defilement. Yeah. Normally, champion. I'm looking at your comment here, Brian. Oh, whoa. Too far up. Normally, champions are trained in religion and deity skill. I wonder if this cause should get society instead. Some of these sound like. Okay, so maybe a. I do actually think that could be. Oh, yeah, interesting option. I think. I'm gonna underline that. Potentially offer could swap training in religion to one more appropriate for particular sacred site. Choice of society, nature of culture, society, LMNO, nature, occultism, or society. I'm using underlines as kind of like maybe text right now. Okay. That non-date chambers are such a cool idea, but you have to finagle the chassis so much to get it to work. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I still this. I think still getting a. I think still a deity. I'm sorry, I even said that. It might be class archetype Terry, but you also don't have to have an entire archetype feat chain after second level. Yeah, yeah, yes. That was kind of the point. If you're looking to keep word count reduced, yeah, I was. Like not that this might not be fun, but I don't know. Like I was looking at estimated word count for this project, and it's like, on the one hand, like, oh, I'm not sure I've got time to write it. On the other, it's like I'm already blowing past it. It's all just level setting. And I don't see why it couldn't just be an alternate class feature. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, it could be a good way to describe it. Okay, so yeah, something maybe like this on the skill training. That's easy enough. When you take, um, uh, if you choose, because I choose this cause, you may. So what is a good example of? There are examples of skill swapping. You may take this instead. Oh gosh, I just need to look at any background, right? No, not background. Yeah, any background would get me the you get this training instead, right? No. What is some or archetype? Archetype would have those, right? You are trained in this unless you are, then you can choose another one instead. That might give me archaeologist. Actually, that would be great to look at right now. Uh nope. Turns out that's not one that will give that wording description. Nope. I'm gonna pick all the ones that will not give me the word checking I want to right now. Yeah, that could be a good way. Do you still need to make tenets of good or evil? That has a bit of a feat knockdown effect. Yeah, I wanna. if I can just get away with making this a cause and they can pick still what tenant they are. Because, like I said, I think we were saying earlier, it's doesn't um protecting a sacred site knows no alignment descriptions. It can fit under other tenants. I'm looking for wordings on stuff that don't. Okay, you know what? What are archetypes I've looked at? Because let's think about archetypes I've looked at a lot, and then I'll see instead. I'm like imagining this right description, aren't I? Um, if you have this skill, you can take this instead. If you have, I swear, there's like writing like that. It's bothering me now. Come on, wrestler, don't let me down. Excuse me. Is it like? Am I thinking about skills? Another simple way to do this would to make an what's an oath feat? Dandy dedication. Nope, that's not it. If you're that's the only one I know of. You get an alt dedication feat, but I don't see why it couldn't be an alternate class. Yeah, that would be good. Do you still need to take tenants? Be a bit of a knock, not mainly asking because the tenants of evil do not really know this is protecting something. Way to do this could be to make an oath, and I have a whole list of complaints about tenants of evil. Sight guard oath. Then it doesn't matter what tenants you have. Oh, to make this like a whole oath chain instead of causes? Gosh. Oath. Here. Oath. Not a loth. Oath. Adds an additional tenant to your code. Gosh, this will be over fast if I do that. I'm just gonna keep clicking random archetypes till I. Oh, are those backgrounds or archetypes now? Oh no, where'd the archetypes go? I swear. Or is it heck? Is it classes? No, it's not classes because class is gonna say you get that. It's archetypes. It's gotta be archetypes. You know what? I could. This is the fun thing. It's like if I'm doing this live, this is way boring. When I'm doing this myself, I can be extremely obsessive about trying to get this right the first time. Um, Celebrity. Let's have fun. Uh, so I tend to try to get the Pathfinder grammar as well as possible while I'm writing first, because it partially actually keeps my brain in the writing mode, and then I'll do it better throughout. And it kind of feeds to this style of write clean. If you are already trained, you become an expert. Oh, it's already. Yeah, that's the language I was looking for. I'm not. That'll at least give me an idea of how to do this. You become an expert. That's you become. You may become. If you choose this cause, you may. You could become You could, I think, swap. Swap's going to be the better language. What helps about swaps? Well, thanks for looking, Brian. I found what I needed, and it wasn't what I needed, but I did find the reference I was looking for, which I guess is what I needed. Why am I getting this squiggly? Someone updated the alerts on one of my apps. Like, I'm not. I should be upset, but I'm not. I'm just. It's another. I wasn't expecting it. Oh, God. Uh. Swap. Where do you swap? This is okay. This agreement. If you choose this cause, you may replace. You may replace trading in religion with one more appropriate for your sacred site. Choose either nature, occultism, or society. I just wonder if that's sidebar worthy too. Okay, what are these, like, just choose an oath idea? Instead of becoming. You think instead, just the general instead of replace? Hmm. I'll double check that. Like, I'm just gonna double check the grammar on that. Yeah, but it's like that wasn't. It wasn't exactly the same thing though, because it was the same. Jeez. You're choosing to replace instead of the same. That's why I backed away from it, because you're making a choice. But I guess it's still the instead structure. It's still familiar. If you choose this cause, yeah, you're right. Instead of becoming trained in religion from your champion class, instead of religion, you. Thanks, Brian. It was great to have you here. Have fun. Thanks for the suggestions. Instead of becoming trained in religion, you can train. You can become trained with one skill more appropriate. Choose, not choice. Choose between. Okay, we'll use that structure. Oh shoot, what did I click? I'm always accidentally clicking stuff. Oof. Oh, I can't believe we've been going an hour. Granted, this has all been good. Saved me a lot of time going down other pathways. With all our brains combined, we have figured out our cause. Oh, you must never desecrate sites. Just never. Sacred sites. Okay, great to see you, Jamie. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the look. Hope you like it when it comes out. For not for a while though, but You know, I know you're not supposed to be quiet on these things. I'm really afraid I might have to grab some water. I should have grabbed a cough drop before I got started. You can suck on those things. Granted, how much do you hear the sucking then? Okay. You must defile. You must never defile sacred sites of Mr. Defile any. Never defile any sites people hold sacred, not just your own. I know it sounds basic. I think we got to get that in there. Yeah. What else are we? What you shouldn't do, you should do. You should, I don't know, protect your site. Make sure should make sure people don't get in. Basic is okay. Okay, that's true. Let's look at some similar ones. So I got the reference one up here too. I'm like flipping between tabs. Poor you guys can only see like that one tab up. Causes. Must act. Okay, lawful. Let's not look at lawful good. That's so hard. Let's look at neutral good. Must first try to redeem those who commit evil acts. Then kill. I mean, these are some heavy stuff. Maybe I need some. You must show compassion for others regardless of their authority. You must never defile any sites people hold sacred. um, like, would a concept of being respectful of, like not necessarily. I don't want this to be religious organizations, but be respectful of the the place or venerate, like something like that. Um, have respect for ceremony. Oh no, this is so funny. It's like stuff I hate in real life. People who like respect the ceremony more than people. So I mean, I gotta get back. This is, oh gosh. Should I look at these oaths? Okay, what's up with these oaths? Should this just be an oath at the end of the day? What do we get for an oath? You don't get a lot for an oath though. That's no fun. You've sworn this. I've worked on too much flavor text to want to make this just an oath. Granted, I haven't done any like work against real stuff, so maybe not. I'm gonna leave oaths up for fun for a little bit. Wait, Light Slayer oath, tenets of evil. Oh, that's slaying the light. Okay, gotcha. I see what we're doing. Firebait oath. Tenets of good. Fiend Baith oath. Reading helps. I thought that was Firebane oath. And do this. Where's Chaotic? Where's Liberator? Can I steal some of these? Could something you must add to sites in some way, like you have an offering play. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's great. Like something like that. You must pay respects, homage, offerings. Hold on a sec. Or maybe not. And these are supposed to be in order, so I'll reorder these after we come up with these. Let's see. Uh, have put my handy dandy thesaurus, which you guys can't see. I like my one on my computer a little bit better there. Respect, recognition, admiration, acclamation. Obse. Almost obse. The only bad thing about it is the word doesn't exist. Nope. What is it like? C S. No. What is it like? Reasons. Deferential. Deferential. Deference. Okay. That might not be the word, but that's like deference. That was a word I was working around towards. Deference. It might be the word though. Okay, what is this word? Obeisance. They paid obeisance, a gesture expressing differential respect, such as bow or curtsy she made. Okay, does anybody know where obeisance? I can't. Yeah, nobody knows what that. Back one. Deference. No, deferential. Okay, you must. God, that is totally the word I want, though. Maybe homage is just veneration? Veneration! Veneration. You must a sites participating in any rites, making offerings. Um uh this is where we're gonna get in the order of things. Because this is about the site, and then this is going to get into like a law of chaos angle of respecting the caretaker site. Well, you are, because I mean, the thing is, it's going to be like you are a caretaker of the site. Like, where does it fall in the order of, like, listen to other caretakers? And I think that's going to be lower on the list, but on a list, because, if they do bad things, you're not going to want to. But, respect, you must respect caretakers. Actually, that's interesting. Because we're talking about sacred sites, but a caretaker can mean many things. Caretaker. I'm almost tempted to leave it there because, as much as it's like we're thinking about a caretaker sacred site, maybe there is a feeling of, I understand that kinship to people who are caretaking other people. It's like you must respect caretakers, respect and support caretakers. I'm almost tempted to leave that open on purpose. Especially open because I won't put a period there. A comment. Leaning, leave open ended purpose, even though this could then apply to caretakers of people. So the way we're writing this so far is this is a person that doesn't necessarily care about like law and justice and having to uphold people for doing the right thing or doing the wrong thing. This is a person who they care about the site. You know, defile the site and take care of the sites, respect the people, the sites. It's all about this place, the sacredness about this place, protecting this place, the importance of the place. Is there a preaching aspect to this? I think three tenants is pretty good. I think 3 tenants is good. These guys only got 2, but I mean, to some extent, yeah, there you go. I mean, like, look at these. Let no one who is lesser than you wield power over you or lead you. Okay, I really need to get that water. I can keep talking while I get that water, though. I just desperately need that water. I just won't see what anybody says while I'm doing that. So, I guess I'll do my evil laugh some more. Mm. So now that we're getting most of the flavor text down, what comes next? Maybe some abilities? What would be the right trigger to what type of ability things? Let's see. We have to do a response, a feat, a focus spell. Oh, well, I'll beat my computer in a sec. I just needed this water. Oh, yeah, water. I swear, how do other people stream without water? They must be hydrating when I'm not looking. Because yeah. My throat dries out. Am I not breathing properly? I mean, that's the truth. Okay, hack my computer. Participating in rites. There's a religious twist, I see. Oh shoot, is this thing cropping? I just saw the screen. Oh. As edicts? Shoot, is edict the key word? Ah! Edict. Do these have edicts? Or is that like a lowercase edict? Yeah, in the second bullet point. Oh, just okay. Yeah, there. I'm just saying, is edict like a word in the Pathfinder vernacular? But yeah, we're talking about some. You must Fennegai. It has. If you wanted to avoid the religious connotation or not. You're saying to use edict or not use rights? I don't know, because, like, rites, some of them could be religious, like pretending that bread is body, but some of that could be, you're in the woods and you're planting, you're doing the planting, putting a seed in as representative things. Like, I see both of those as rites, even though one is a more natural and one is a more religious thing. And hopefully, if we do this right, we're going to do the. Oh, okay. Sorry. No, I am taking any and all angles. I'm trying to make this a little probably too flexible, but let's have fun. Gosh, I don't know. We'll see if this makes passes muster when we finally start reviewing stuff. um, but now it's time to probably write a few things. No, sorry. No. We're having a very weird asynchronous conversation. It's fun. I appreciate you hanging out. This is way more chatter than I thought I'd get. we have to write. We get to write a champion reaction, divine smite, an exalt, something happening in exalt, a focus spell, and or I'm sorry, that you said you had an idea for the devotion spell, and probably at least one feat, because a lot of things have a feat. Whatever we call this thing, cause. That's right. We gotta name this cause. How do they name causes? You know what? Naming. Maybe we do the naming last. Naming is hard. Now we're kind of getting an idea of what we want to do. What do we want them to do? Let's look at some other champions' reactions. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm looking at neutral first. Neutral first. Neutral second. Mm. So what would be a protector of sacred sites? We're looking at, this is definitely someone who's going to be on the protection side of things. Okay, so in this case, trigger enemy damages your ally. Enemy damages your ally. Are these all triggered on enemy damages? Anything 15 feet damages you. I think this is going to be an enemy damages ally type situation, or because I don't think we're going to be able to be protecting the site in real time. Um, yeah, I know it's like I love this idea thing, but how do you translate that into this? I think it's going to be more spells, but maybe what do we consider to be the site or the sacred site within your party, your purity, your heart? What happens in the middle of battle that will trigger your champion reaction? It has to be something common. It can't be they went and wrecked. Someone did something particularly nasty. Oh man. These are good things. Maybe I should have looked at some more champions things. I'm looking I'm gonna pull up Archon's Law of Tenants again. I know no one can see it, but I can at least see it. Da 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 da. Uh, I'm leaning towards this is going to be an anime damage to your ally type trigger. It feels right. Because it is about protection. So, an enemy damages your ally. Both are within 15 feet of you. And, yep. Yep. What do we do with that? So, interpreting this is that we consider our ally part of also protectors of these sites now. I think. You have something iconic to represent your site. Mm. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. I should be echoing this. If you wanted to differentiate from good, you could do healing instead of damage reduction. Same thing in principle, but it has its own pros and cons. Interesting. So, almost more of a bolster because, hmm, yeah, that's an interesting point. Oh man, part of me wants to go look at Thaumaturge stuff real fast right now. What does the bell do again? um, the ally gains resistance to damage equals to equal to. So that's lawful good is a resistance. Um, you know, allies and non-verse, the ally gains resistance to the. Oh, that one's just kind of a pick in between, and the trigger. Is it always like, it's like I should have looked at these patterns closer. Is it always the ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering and damage 2 plus your level, and then something else happens? I'm like, I feel like this is the pattern. Yeah. So I better get that pattern in there. And then. But what happens next? I get there. Ally gains their resistance. It's all damage against the triggering, because you don't want to break that. Equals just plus 2, plus your level. And then can we do some like sort of a knockback effect? Like that would be kind of cool maybe. What are these other ones are doing? Cuz that's a strike. I mean that's obvious and clear, but that's paladin. Um unharmed, enfeebled. That's they become weak. People can break free. I like what is a good like knockback? Like just get away. I just don't want you here anymore. The Iron Command does have this like dropping prone type deal. Ever. Uh, that's not nice. Strike against your deals one. Okay, that's like a lingering damage thing. Anti-paladin, chaotic evil. Um, what would be GM screen? Nathie's GM screen is your friend. If we didn't already figure out, I'm using Nathie's for things. Be really strong since it's a reaction, so you can effectively force an enemy to lose an action. Yeah, so like knockback. Do we have an official knockback, or am I just thinking about like the general like? Let me make sure there isn't something that's called knockback. Here we go. I mean, you shield. Now to target back. Oh, Is this the crit specialization on shield? Is that what that is? Is that the knockback? Oh, that's interesting. Way of the Vanguard has. Oh, okay. Way of the Vanguard. Let me just take a look at that. You push outward to clear some space. Make an athletics check to shove an opponent within reach using a weapon. For the shove, you don't need a free hand, and you add the weapon's item bonus in the rolls. Clear path. That's interesting. Spinning crush. Woo. With incredible force, you smash your. Yeah, no, that's a little much probably. Um. mm, Having a sip, make an athletics check to shove an opponent within your reach using a weapon. The indirect. For the shove, you don't need a free hand. You add your weapon's item bonus to rolls. If your last action was a ranged strike, the weapon uses the same multiple attack. Okay, so we're doing kind of a shove. I guess we could just look at shove. True. Sorry, I'm just having fun with this. Oh. Where's some low level stuff? Hydraulic push is low level. I'm gonna look for some shove. There's a trait for shove? Oh gosh, we'll look at that next. Spell doing 66 to level 1? Is that right? Oh, that's a crit. Oh, thank God. I'm like, what? Okay, so even if we did, is this just a, you knock the target back from you 5 feet. This is forced movement. What does forced movement work? When effect forces you to move, or if you start falling, the distance you move is defined by the effect. It moves you not by your speed, because you're not acting to move. This doesn't trigger reactions that are triggered by movement. Okay, I think we're going to want to say this is forced movement. Including copying and pasting that reference. Oh man, half the time I think I'm including these links. Yeah, we can look that up. That's just core. Um, so this is something that'll be open to them at level 1. That's what I have to remember. But on the other hand, the damage is going to scale, but the other things aren't scaling. But the other effects, I mean, you should make another attack. It's pretty cool. Like, you can't beat that. Yeah, exactly. Just making them losing actions is just pretty cool in itself. There's so many things, it's like I almost want to say, like, as the this, and it's not to be lazy, it's just if the rule's already defined, like, I just don't want to mix people up and define something similar. Is shield and shove, like, push your creature away, attempt an athletics check. You push your target back 5 feet, you can stride after it, but you must move the save distance, and you knock the target back 5 feet. Are we giving them, like, you automatically win on a shove attack? Is that, like, a shove attempt? Yeah, I always try to stick as close to the wording as things to prevent issues. Vanguard. Did this have any rules for this? It does have a check. You push outward through it. You make an athletics check to shove an opponent within your reach using a weapon. The shove, you don't need a free hand. So that's still making a check. But, like, there ain't no check for you get an extra attack. Attack of opportunity. Allies and harm. I am tempted to just give them, like, the shield's crit specialization, and have everybody just tell me that's too much. You knock the target. Knock. Actually, for this to work, that's the trick. The enemy damaged your ally and both are you within 15 feet of you. Oh, you gotta be near, or that's gonna be like a range. Well, okay, how's that person making a ranged attack? Hold on. If the foe is within reach, you make a melee strike. Okay. If the foe is within reach, here, we're just gonna stack all the language. If the foe is within reach, you knock the foe back from you 5 feet. This is force movement. And then I'll make a note as the shield specialization. As the shield crit specialization. Helen, what are you thinking about for this? I don't know. I thought it was funny. Why didn't you just do a shove? Why haven't you learned how to spell specialization correctly? Yes, within reach. Exactly. If the foe is within reach. This is a very important. Why do I keep cutting this off? Jeez. Within reach. Very important. Oh, it's because I keep doing comments. That's what keeps cutting it off. If you wanted to do a check later, you could add item bonuses to it. Not need a free hand like the Vanguard Reload. I'm allowed to scale up a bit. My worry about making it a check is like, do any of these others require checks? Maybe I'm not. Let me double check. That's like. I don't want to say like they kind of happen. Obviously, you make the attack, and the attack is its own kind of check. The check to hit. I mean, a champion. It's not a paladin anymore. It's like you do stuff, you mess stuff up. In this case, you're gonna knock them back away. Okay. I think I'm happy with that for now. His free push ends up being too strong. We'll come back to free push being too strong. Yeah, if it's too strong, okay, fine, I'll add it to it. I'm just gonna cut off this edge here. It's like we'll take a look at, like you said, was that Vanguard? It'll probably be some variation on shove attempts, temptations attempts. See clear path from way of the Vanguard. Okay, I have a note there. There we go. And we do that so it doesn't cut stuff off again. Paladins. Divine Smite. Okay, exalts are upgrades on your reactions. Are these the same upgrade? My friend that was helping me with it's like, this is cool, but why is everything weak? Yeah, that's why I'm pushing a little bit for this. Let's push the envelope. We're writing so many things. It's time to just go for it. Oh man, if people are gonna accuse it to be overpowered anyways, why not just go for it? Be at least powered. Oh no, but this is good. We're all having fun, and it's good to take notes of the alternate design ideas here. So when we go look at it later, we're already in the headspace for the other ideas. Comments are your friend. When you search each ally within 15 feet of you within the turret can spend a reaction to strike. And your exalt, you can apply the resistance granted from to all of your allies. So it's the exalted, it goes to all of your allies now. When you said if your ally doesn't tempt you and all of your allies, in addition to the trip. So This is expand, at least on the gooder spectrum, exalts seem to be expanding when you use your. So there's some flavor text. Flavor text. When you use your, we didn't name this thing yet, Champion's Reaction. Something. You and all your allies within 15 feet can something. That's at least the pattern I'm seeing here. Let's look at these evil exalts for a second. And that's enemies within 15 feet. Do the thing. Okay. And I cannot make this. I'm going to have to mess with these windows more next time. I keep cutting off. Okay, let's look. So on Paladin's Retributive Strike, you get a melee strike. They can spend a reaction to make a melee strike, but at a penalty. Okay, so strike gets a strike, but not as cool. Okay. Redeemer, you get the ally is unharmed by the triggering damage. The ally gets resistance. Becomes enfeebled. You can apply the resistance granted to yourself and all allies in 15 feet accept the resistance. Okay. So you can spread the resistance. Okay. You get resistance, you do more resistance. Okay. I mean, everybody gets resistance, but that's what they chose to focus on there. Liberating step. There's a lot of words there. You can help your group get into position. Is that what they say for each one too? You protect your multiple allies. Oh, that's right. I need flavor text on what that is before. Huh. It's not just you protect your allies. Gets a free shot. It's that's probably gonna be something like that. That's probably exactly it. You come up with it right when I'm about to be like, I forgot the flavor text on this stuff. So why is the exalt there instead of divine smite? I'm moving the exalt next to the reaction just because it's easier to read that way. Something when you use your yeah, actually, because and it's still you're getting the automatic one with the you're just gonna be knocked down. So making it a shove is they at least have to make the check. So that at least that already does the weakening, doesn't it? Your allies, when you use your thing, your allies within 15 feet can that are adjacent to foes. There's something about reactions. It might not be free. I think they might need to use a reaction. I think that might be because if we look at this strike, yeah, when you use your each ally within 15 feet of you with the target in their melee reach can spend a reaction to make a shove attempt. Wrong screen. So do you... Yeah, Paladin requires... Yeah. I guess the question is how many reactions will people have at this point? Is that since the shove is not as cool as an attack is making it free the balance point, can spend a reaction to make a shove attempt. I say 15 of you. Each ally within 15 feet of you with the target in their melee. Not the target with. You know, I want to go back to, like, not the target. I liked this a foe. It doesn't have to be the same one. In their melee reach. Can spend a reaction. Show attempt against that foe. A foe. I had, well, I didn't. I can't eat pho, but my husband had pho today. We went to a pho place. Pho. And I need flavor text on both of these and a name. And do they need further taggings? I think they're just champions. I don't think they need further tags. You inspire your friends to martial greatness. You're a spotter for your friends. It's a shame. Like the Exalt for Retributive Strike doesn't actually have a flavor line, but all the other ones do. It's a shame. Maybe you just need. Maybe it's just so clear cut. I want a line here. Granted, I need a line for this in general. No one gets past you. No one hurts. What is sacred to you? Oh darn! Is that my countdown? I might be on the clock. I should probably cut this anyways. Um, no one hurts Pinky. Mm. One hurts that which is sacred to you. And then you teach people to protect themselves. Although marsh dedication can give anyone an attack of opportunity by fighter one. Then there are some other ones like rogue pseudo at 10. I think it might pseudo help marshals more than pure marshals by 13. Although martial dedication can give anyone an interesting. There you go. Huh. Okay. Keep that in mind. Okay. I mean, so, like, anyone with those attacks of opportunity are already using their reactions, but they're also the best people to be able to use the people who are going to do the best on these shove attempts. Let's have fun. Let's push the envelope. We could push the envelope and make them take a minus on the shove attempt, take a penalty, and take a free action again. Against that foe at a minus X penalty. A lot of these things are going minus twos. I know minus two for a free action is like nothing, but um. Do, 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 do. Oh well, that one That's retributive strike is a -5. If you make it a -5, you're basically applying a multiple attack penalty. Again, the people who can't do it aren't gonna be able to do it, you know? So the question is, do we want to make it impossible for the sorcerer who somebody snuck up on to make the shove? Or do we want to make sure this is an OP for the fighter to shove an additional person? Okay, can't crit fail the shove, I mean. Could also make it so you can't fail the shove. That way anyone can do it for free without having to worry about falling prone. Okay, so you're saying it's free action. The shove attempt is at a minus, but you won't crit fail. So you feel comfortable about it. You won't feel uncomfortable. But still leaving it as a free action so everyone has the chance to try. Because people haven't used their reactions on other things. That's what I thought. Okay. Alright. Take a free action, make a shove attempt against foe. But you shove. But you will not suffer the penalties from a critical fail. There we go. Okay. I mean, -5 matches the multiple. I'm going to highlight this because this is the trade-off, basically, we're talking about. Trade-off is free, but penalty or reaction and go for it. What's fair? There we go. Yeah. Okay. Flavor text. You use your haven't named yet. Each ally within 15 feet of your foe. 50 feet of you with a foe in their melee reach can make a free action. Can take a free action to make a shove. Can take a free. Yeah, I think we need to. Can take a free action to make a shove attempt against a foe. Can take a free action to make a shove attempt. Is it a shove attempt? Free action to shove. Can take a free action to shove against that foe. Because the attempt is going to be in the athletics check within it. But you will not suffer the penalties. But your ally, you, the champion, will not suffer the penalties of your ally's failure. Will not suffer the penalties from any critical critical failure. A critical failure. This is why you read it out loud at least once. And how do you flavor that? Imagining the wizard screwing up and the champion just falls flat on their face. Oh man, if only we had like any artistic, or at least I don't know if you do. I'm sorry, artistic abilities. Let's like draw that out. You know what? I'm snapshotting that. Ask our art friends. You know what? I can do doodles. I'll do a stick figure drawing of that. It'll be perfect. Um, I feel like I want to say something. No one hurts what is sacred to you. And this point, it's like you have not your comrades, your part. I keep wanting to use comrades, but man, people ruin words. Comrades. I don't know. Comrades is okay. Stick figures are about the best I could do. Huh? Okay, team stick figure. Partners, coworkers, coworkers, workmates. It's, maybe it is comrades. Bro. That's a synonym for comrade, bro. I don't know. Your comrades. You have enlisted your. Here we go. Here we go. This will be fun. You have enlisted. Not in protecting, in pushing off and fending off those who would. You have enlisted your comrades in fending off those who would stomp on your grounds. There you go. That's good. That's a fun one. Okay, let's. Well, we haven't named anything yet. We haven't named the cause, and we haven't named the reaction. Why start naming things? Gosh, I should probably stop doing this soon, though. We have to do a smite, and we have to do a spell, and we have to do a feat. Hey, Kana, did you still have that idea for a devotion spell? You don't have to share it here, or you can, whatever you want, but if you have it and you want to share it with me, just let me know. Explosion. I'm a fan of explosion. Was that the idea, or are you responding to what I just said right now for names? I think that's what you're responding to names. Expel intruder. I like expel. Expulsion. Could be both. Oh man, I am reading my kid's like future school handbooks. He's switching schools, and I'm like, I have to care about expulsion. Oh my god. Here's hoping I don't need to care about that. Expulsion? I'm putting the special thesaurus. Well, a thesaurus, maybe not the special thesaurus. Debarkment removal. Ejection, rejection. Blacklisting, suspension. Banishment, exile. We're not that far. Although these are going to be good words for the rest of this, aren't it? Purging, displacement, transportation, drumming out. Drumming out. Oh, that's a fun one. Totally not the right one for here. I think a lot of these are like two words. So liberating step, glimpse of redemption, retributive strike. Beating expulsion. If it was something to manifest your sight in some way, like you create an emanation that has an effect around you, which could be instant or have a 5 round effect. Ephemeral, or you could actually change the. Oh, I like that. Change the environment around you to match the sights. I like it. Ooh. So how about okay? So the question is that an idea that you want to work on, or is that an idea you want to hand the seed over to me? Because if you got it in your head very strongly and want to work on it, uh, you have my blessings, and that is cool. But if you just think that is a cool idea that needs to come into the world, I'll run with it. you think about that, and I am gonna look at these explosion words again. Actually, I do think Expel Intruder actually does win this. Expel Intruder, yeah. Good call. Haha, let's see. Could do either, mostly because I was thinking of Sacred Sites and rekindled some, from the Eidolons from the foot book, which loosely based, that's true? Okay. You know what, I'm not sure I'm gonna finish the spell on camera anyways. Let's see what else we can do. Maybe I'll do it offline anyways. Okay, let's see what we got. I think I'm gonna have to cut in 15 minutes. Around the time that is coming in 15 minutes. Let's maybe we could do a smite before I go though. What do people's smites look like? Paladin smite is you surround this target and a punching halo. You hit with your retributive strike. The target takes persistent good damage. Oh, are these all related? Oh, I moved the exalt up because it was related to it. The smites are related to it too. I'm so dumb. Like I knew the exalt was related. Oh, sorry. Um, the guilty conscience assails foes who spurn your glimpse. A foe that responds to your glimpse of redemption by dealing damage takes good damage equal to your charisma modifier. What's the retributive strike? Takes persistent. Oh, these are. Oh, these are formulaic, aren't they? The enemy takes persistent damage equal. Oh, this is going to be the tricky part. This is where alignment's going to be the issue. I'm going to grab this one first. By dealing damage, if you hit, the target takes good damage. Now, you glimpse. So it's related to what you do. If the triggering enemy is using any effect to make your enemy takes persistent. So it's doubling down, or is it whatever it is? It's the enemy takes persistent something damage. Oh, jeez. Can people take persistent neutral damage? Ah! Oh, I like it. Mental. I was gonna say persistent GTFO damage. Um, open to ideas of type. Just not alignment. Wouldn't it be funny to take neutral damage though? Like, think about it. That hit so many people. I'm like, well, I'm chaotic neutral or I'm neutral good. You're just gonna whack so many folks with that. I still can't make that thing appear on screen right. But still, okay. So what's triggering this? Okay, so this is for. This is easy. If you hit, they take damage. Okay, so it's you trigger the reaction and you succeeded on your reaction. Okay. So in the Redeemer, your foe hesitates. The foe must choose one of the following. The ally is unharmed or the ally gains resistance. A foe that responds to your ghost by dealing damage takes, okay, so it's part of the choice. If they make, quote, the wrong choice, they take damage. Okay. Um, your ally, you free an ally from restraint. If the trigger was an ally taking damage, the ally gains resistance to all damage. The ally can attempt to break free. They either attempt a new save against one such effect that allows a save, or attempt to escape. Free action, if they move, the ally can step as free action even if they can't escape. If the triggering enemy was using any effect to make your ally, when you use Liberating Step, the enemy okay, so they're just going to take it. If the trigger enemy was using any effect to make your ally grabbed, restrained, immobilized, or paralyzed when you used it, but trigger, an enemy grabs or grapples an ally, the enemy takes, so they're going to always take it. Okay. When you shove an enemy, if they try to approach again, yeah, something like that. Well, push, not shove. if they come right if they come right back for your ally again, they take the damage. I don't know. If they try to shove back, um, because you're shoving them away. I mean, one of those it just like reads as it's like you did the thing. How many damage to your ally? You're both within the target in distance equal to if the foe is within reach, you knock the foe. If the foe if the foe approaches your ally on its next turn, that enemy takes. Is it being inconsistent with foe and enemy? This is getting annoying. If the triggering. Okay. If the. Yeah. How did I get on foe? If the enemies then reach, you knock the enemy back from me. If the enemy approaches your ally on its next turn, if the enemy engages your ally on its next turn, takes equal to your. Okay. Can I leave engage? I'm leaving a comment for now. I'm not gonna specify right now. I'm gonna just say, is this good enough, or do I have to say strike, grapple? Actually, you know what? Something with the attack trait is probably what I need. Um, here. Does anything with the attack trait? That's probably it. How many times do we have to teach? I might have said vote. No, I think I was looking at something else. I don't know for sure, but I think I was looking at something else. If the enemy takes an action with the attack trait against your same ally on, if that enemy on its next turn, if the enemy takes an action with the attack trait against your same ally, against the same ally on the enemy's next turn, comma, the enemy takes persistent mental damage. Okay, I think that's fun. Okay. We've got its reaction is expel intruder. After your tenants. You know what? I just need to go back to that part later. Should it be until the start of the next turn, as is the enemy doesn't really get penalized for walking up and slacking it until on the turn you pushed it. Oh, you're right. They could do that all in the turn because it's reaction. Takes an action until till the end. I'm gonna say until the end of the enemy's next turn, just in case that was their last action. But yeah, it should include this turn. I like it. Um, I'm gonna do nothing with this. Do we need to do anything with blade, steed, shield? I don't think so. Um, I can look at that wording offline. Yeah, that leaves focus spell and a feat, and I think I need a duck, and I'll work on those offline. I'm gonna grab. Yeah, no, that's a good catch. It is. I'm gonna grab your idea for the devotion spell, and we'll see how we're both feeling. Maybe you can grab it. Maybe I will. I don't think I can work on this live anymore. I gotta go grab some stuff. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. This has been great designing together. I hope I didn't take too much of your time this afternoon. Um, yeah, and thanks for, I know Brian was in here for a bit, and Jamie, and anybody else who was just lurking. It was still fun to chat, and hope you had a good time. And I don't know, have fun, keep developing over there. We'll just keep talking Pathfinder on and off. Have a good one. So yesterday we left off having our basic chassis for our new champion put together. Um, our champion's reaction, expel intruder, what happens on a divine smite instead, and what happens with an exalt. But we have to go back and work on our focus spell, our devotion spell, and and I thought, at least a first level feat. It looks like causes have those, and I took a look at the feats also to see if there might be something that makes sense. And it looked like a lot of the causes also had a 12th level feat that kind of related to their exalt, so I did that. And we did something a little extra fun too afterwards. So let's take a look. Um, so also we named this thing, so I got to go back. Decided to call this the Caretaker, and this was a name that kind of came up with while we were talking about the causes, and it took me forever to remember. I had this down here. A caretaker could be for places or people, and I'm like, why not just name that the class? Not say the class, the for the cause, in addition to just these things, because that kind of makes sense. These are the people who are watching over a place, or trying to protect the place. So that's what we're going with, at least for now. So a lot of names have been put into place. I forget which ones were done before or needed to be done. I think we had expel intruder before. Some of these I had them written, and the last thing I did were the names last night. So maybe you're just seeing the names now at the same time, but these names came last. Well, let's pretend. So we got invigorate defender's focus spell here. Um, this is our lay on hands equivalent. Of course, I shut down my reference sheet because I was just going to go over what we had here. Obviously, Tenets of Evil had something which was more about boosting negative energy and being anti-positive. So I was trying to think of what would work here. And then this is where we're really talking about how this cause is going to be subjective. And you know what? Let's just go for it. It's not statistical. Not everything in the game is going to be clear cut. But you're going to have to work with the GM who's going to understand and appreciate that and be fair. So that's why this sidebar's got to come here front and center. You know, friend or foe, who and how do we determine that this is a person who is supportive of your sacred site or is not supportive? You know, the example we're giving here. Um, if an enemy means to destroy all of existence, are they really against your sacred site, or are they just part of the collateral? Ooh, collateral damage. Maybe I should mention collateral damage. See, I love talking through things. You get other stuff. Maybe use term collateral. I don't want to edit now. I just wanted to do a quick little coda before I stitch these together, though. So I think that's going to be very important because I want to do this to not just be, again, this is not an alignment thing. We wanted to try something else with this champion type. So your hand becomes infused with the energy of your site to healing its protectors, damaging its enemies. Okay, so traditional, we're going towards our hands, but invigorate defenders, it's your hit points for your allies. If the target is one of your allies, they also gain. Target who shares your commitment to your site. So that's how we did it, and that's where it's going to be fuzzy, and we're going to go to that sidebar. Against a creature who is desiccated. Desiccated? Is that right? Desiccated. No. Shoot, is that the right word? This has not gone through an editing pass, as you can tell. It's not desiccated. Desecrated. Yeah. Desiccated your site, made it dry. Well, for certain sites, desiccating would be a form of desecration, but we want desecrate. Okay, you use a good thesaurus. Or really threatens it. So that's the determining factor. I don't know, it's a little happy and sad to realize how formulaic this is. It does reduce a lot of the nervousness. But granted, I was very firm about going after one cause. Maybe if I was doing a tenant with multiple causes, that would have been, I would have had more creativity there. But yeah, maybe a little scary. Again, this is our lay in hands equivalent. So we took care of that. Invigorate the defenders. I wanted to put together a feat to go along with this. Level 1 feat that you could take, could not. That could enhance things. And again, it looked like these feats were enhancing our main mechanic. It's funny, we're designing the champion's reaction, expel intruders, and I just didn't realize this was going to be the key mechanic. And I guess that makes sense, when you think about the traditional paladin, there's a few key things you did, and it just, then these are all building on it. But there's so many, new options in Pathfinder. I just didn't realize that this chain was more of an improving of your features rather than a giving you more options. So I'm kind of curious about how a champion's action economy works. Why are you working on a champion thing when you haven't played one yet, Helen? Well, how many games do I actually play? You got to try things out. Designing it's the closest I can do. So I've been learning a lot through this. So let's go back. I call this staggering retreat. So instead of knocking back, we're going to give you different options. So this goes back to, we're going back and forth between knockback and a shove. The shove is a risk. You can get some more fun out of a shove, but you have a chance to fail. And what we're saying is if you succeed, critically succeed, the enemy also becomes prone. So you're taking that risk. Maybe you fail. Maybe you fall down. But by going for the shove, they are going to fall, not just go back. So it's cool, staggering retreat. So then as a level 12, because I saw some people improve their exalts, which come in at level 11, so we put this level 12 feat together as well. Anyone who chooses to take that shove action, so that comes into play with both the exalt up here, when your comrades can choose to do a shove, and this feat 1, as part of the expel, can treat the results as 1 degree of success better. Yeah, this might make it a little too overpowered, but we're having fun by feet 12. I'm waiting for my compatriots to say, Helen, that went too far. You know what? Not crit failing is kind of fun, and that is really the risk. So what we did is at one point we said, you won't crit fail in the Exalt 11. So down here, what we're saying is you won't crit fail, but you also, you have that chance for a crit success that much better. Wow, why is my battery draining? I guess it's a good thing this is going to be a quick update. What the hey? Okay, well, let's keep it up. And then just to make this a little fun, because something I was talking about with Kana at the end of the stream you saw was there some way we can, maybe summon some stuff from our sacred site? And I saw there were some auras for some of the different tenets and causes. And 12 seemed like a good one, like the level 4 ones. That was very clear on the tenets of good and evil, what they were doing there. So 12 looked like we got some leeway. But even then, there were patterns here. It's like it's going to be 15 feet. Okay. Make sure this is a. Okay, for anyone who's not devoted to your site or one of their allies, this one, I'm going to give you your allies, even if they're not devoted to your site for this one. It's 12. You got up this far. Maybe it's wishy-washy. I should probably make a note. Is this being too generous after working with your devotion spell being more specific? Um, and because then this is gonna get into some fun stuff, and this is really not your traditional champion, but let's again, you're a champion of a sacred site. You're not a champion. Well, I mean, you're gonna still pay attention to the god. It's probably gonna be sacred side of the god, or a cause or a pantheon. But you dedicated this site, so it's going to become hazardous terrain matching to your site. I went for the slow mount. It's hazardous terrain. It's going to ping a lot. I didn't want it to be too terrible and make this to a P. It's a level 12, but that's not going to be the only thing. We're going to do some damage, and it's going to be flexible to whatever is the most. Again, this class, you're going to be really these options, you're going to partner with your GMs. Like, you got to make some choices and trust each other here. If they fall, they become clumsy. This options became all about I'm pushing, I'm shoving you back. You are not allowed in this space. Get out of my face. So I thought clumsy would be a really fun condition to work with here. And I know, Dexy, but Dex is your AC. That impacts that. That's going to impact a lot of your, maneuvers and things. I don't think, maybe it's just my stuff I don't see enough clumsy in it, it's coincidence, but I think we can do a lot with clumsy. So this ended up working just so thematically. So this was a bonus fun feat. So there you got it. These were the additional things I worked on. We got a couple of feats. Again, level 1 seemed like a good, really causes should have it. 12 to really up that exalt. This bonus one at 12. A little bit, some of these things gave auras. That gave me the design space to bring in something a little less traditional, but something that could still make sense. But didn't make this a complete, too unique a big class path. The causes didn't seem like they did a lot. It's still much more based on your tenant. And especially making this lowercase neutral, as we have our alignment sidebar. So this is kind of open to anyone. I think that's going to allow a lot of people to experiment here. And I think so. There you had it. We started off, we talked about our chassis for getting set. And then during the live stream, we had the huge alignment discussion. We started figuring out what this cause is really going to be about. We talked about our tenants. And then we worked on our bases, getting our reactions, and how we're going to do our smite exalts. And I just went over these last parts. So I hope that you had fun working on this with me. I know who's listening to the recording later wasn't live, but still hearing all of our thought processes. And I'll check back in once we get the finished product and see how it turned out. So I hope it was a good time talking about how to maybe work on a champion cause and design some stuff for Pathfinder too. So thanks. Have a good one. Bye.